That's okay. Hey, good morning. What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us this morning on the Self Care Saturday show. And I have with me an awesome guest. I love this girl. I felt a connection when we first met. So as you join in, just jump in and say hey to us. Send us some love, some hearts, or something. Let us know that you're woke. I know it's Saturday, but it feels really good outside.
Yes.
And I'm trying to catch you guys early before you go anywhere and get to do your shopping or whatever you're going to do for Father's Day, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's the next big holiday deal coming up here.
Yes.
So, again, yeah, thank you for joining us, Facebook family and YouTube family both. We appreciate you being here this morning. And I got my special guest is Miss Angela. Oh, no, not Angela. Let me get it right. Angella.
Yes.
Angella Wynn, right?
Yes. You got it.
That's awesome. So you want to just give a shout out to everybody this morning?
Yes, I would just say good morning. Thank you so much for joining in with us. And Dr. Tracy, I'm so excited that you're able to get in with us this morning and get these nuggets and get these gems that we're going to bring to you this morning. So thank you so much from the heart of Angela. And y'all know that I absolutely love you.
Wonderful. Hey, I love that. Good morning, Miss Jessica. I don't know if you read the post. Maybe you did. Hopefully you did this morning. But guess what? She was the first one to comment. Boom. She's my
Woo!
first winner there.
That's the first winner. Hey.
So that's what happens when you get a sister involved. And, here comes Miss Grace. Get it, Grace? My
Oh,
girl. Okay. She's the second winner there. So
yes.
this is awesome. You guys will definitely be getting a copy of this special book that's coming out. It says, please be careful what you say. I hope you can see this cover. I love this cover. Um, Let me tell you, I just love it because it's like there's so much power in our words, so much
Yes.
power we carry in our mouths. And
Yes.
sometimes people say things like, well, you can't just repeat affirmations over and over and they happen, but it's all in what you believe, right?
Yes. Yes.
Because if you hear something long enough, you will believe it.
Exactly.
So whether you think it's true for you or not true, that is your truth, right? So if
That
you
is
think it's true, it's going to happen. If you
that
don't think it's true, it won't happen. Don't even worry about it.
is yes, ma'am. It's a mindset. It's all according to the mindset and what you think and what you believe. So yes, definitely it is in you as an individual. You hold the power, and you have the everything, the tools that you need. Like Dr. Tracy just said, it's your truth and it's what you believe. You can't go off what your friend or your neighbor or whatever, that's their belief. But what is your belief about you, first of all? I know we're going to be talking about self-care this morning, but what is your belief about you? And what are you saying about yourself? That's the
Yes.
question. What are you saying about yourself this morning?
Yes. I love that. And not only yourself, but hey, let's take a look into what are we saying and even thinking about other people as we see them.
Yeah.
Okay, so much for small talk, y'all. Let me just introduce her formally and let's get into it. Y'all can probably tell I'm excited. I'm excited even just to be back because I haven't done a live in such a long time, and I love, love, love to do lives. Okay. So Miss Angella Wynn is a native of Baton Rouge. She studied at Louisiana's finest HBCU, Southern University. Oh, if y'all know anything about the Battle of the Bands, y'all know why I'm laughing and excited. Okay, so she grew up in a warm and loving household that was full of fun and laughter. She has three brilliant sons, and along with a blissful 28-year marriage, y'all, blissful, to her very supportive husband, Shedrick. Love that name. Used to be my daddy's name. Angella's impressionable work ethics reveal polished leadership through her various roles as a manager, a mentor, a worshiper, a songwriter, a recording artist, a teacher, and exposing her theatrical talent with casting experience as an extra on the big screen. Angela's ambition in life is simply to empower young and seasoned people through exercising Her deliberate approach to invoke the mindset of being all that you can be, ascribed one person at a time. Angella learned valuable life lessons early on, coupled with the tragic ordeal of losing her mom at the tender age of 12 years old, and then faced with the challenge of a diagnosis of multiple sclerosis. Angella, having her mobility altered, her vision compromised, she chose to travel the journey of educating herself, and she learned the ins and outs of that monster called MS, better known as multiple sclerosis. She's an advocate in many facets of life and desires to see what others overcome, just as she has overcome. Despite her generous heart, magnetic personality, and award winning attitude and skills, those heals, values, and experiences afforded her the opportunity to be coached and guided through one of the toughest times of her life. Her growth was not only physical, but spiritual as well. She learned how to trust God at every turn. And the book called Fix My Smile is an essential first writing project for Angella, with promises of more to follow. And as we see, those promises are being fulfilled. She has more to follow. And this book is not out yet, but it will be coming up. And so I love being one of those first fruit people that can get something, right? Because
Yeah.
you get to be the first of what somebody else experienced, what they lived in their experiences. And that way, you don't have to go through all the bumps and jumps, You might
Yes.
experience some of the same things, but you can tell, read, how can I get out of this?
Uh-huh.
When I was young and dumb, I used to say, I don't want to know, just let me experience it for myself. But then I grew up and I
That's
said, look, I don't want to experience nothing. I don't need a snake to bite me, right? To know that it's going to hurt or it has venom. I want to just tell me and I can learn from you.
right, right.
So thank you for being a guest here this morning. We appreciate you so much. This is awesome. And just so you guys know, her books, you can find them at this website. I would say when you
Book,
say it
bookstowin.com.
right. And make that two, the number two in
Yeah.
between.
Yeah.
ToWin.com. And I'll be putting that in the chat today. So there's so much we want to know about you. So the first thing I'm going to start with is tell us a little bit. How did you get to the place where you said, I'm not going to let this pull me down, but I'm going to do something different so I can go on and continue my journey of destiny that God has for me?
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. It's been a journey and still walking. And I know that the things that I've experienced, I don't want, just like you stated, if you've already been through it and you can give me some words to tell me, some guidance saying, don't do that and don't go that way. If I don't take heed to it and I travel the road that I want to travel because I'm grown, nobody tell me nothing, whatever, let me experience it for myself, then whose fault is that when I fall into the trap? All because I refused the wisdom and I refused, I pushed the knowledge to the side. But, in life, I've just learned, oh my God, so much, people, places and things that I've experienced. I know that in life that we have choices. And, I came to that point and I made the choice of, let me change this directive. I've always been one, I like to sing. I like to write songs. And, I said, okay, well, let me change this. I'm a writer. And there are some things that I need to pen to the paper because there are some people that need what I have and what I've been through. They need to know how I travel this journey. And even when I, lately since I've been on this road, I've come in contact with a couple of people. Oh my God, that, one specific young lady, she said the words to me, I just don't even feel like getting out the bed in the morning. Like I can do it, And at that point, that's when them flags started. I don't even want to call them red flags. The flags just started waving, okay, this is your coaching moment right here. So I just grabbed a hold to her like a pit bull, grabbing hold to something and not letting go, just give her the encouragement that you can do it. Talk to yourself. Self-talk is good. Long as you're having the right conversations, right? So I just began to talk to her and pour into her, and at the end of the conversation, she was like, well, oh my God, thank you. Nobody has ever actually taken the time to talk to me, and be real with me and just open the door to their life to let me see the roads that they travel, because I've been there. I've been to the places where I didn't want, especially in my early diagnosis of MS. I didn't want to get up out the bed. My feet were so, the muscle spasms were so bad and my feet were so cramped till, I had to hold on to the wall just to get out the bed and walk, and there were moments that I just, I said, I just don't want to do this. I'm tired. And I had to talk to myself. I had to grab hold to some people that could pour into me and that I could receive from, because you can't, I'll be honest with you, let's be real with ourselves. We can't receive from everybody, because everybody don't have the right conversations. So I had to grab hold to those people and, just begin to just pull on them. Pull up, just pull it out. Come and call Dr. Tracy. Dr. Tracy, look, I need you to talk to me because I'm having a moment. So, but yeah, just going through life and realizing that, it's a journey, and sometimes you feel like you're in it alone, but we really don't have to travel alone. If we just open our mouths and say something, and let our situations be known, and it's okay. Drop the shame. I dealt with that portion of it, for a good bit, the shame, because I didn't want anybody to know, that I had been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. I didn't know what it was in the beginning, so I don't want anybody to know what
Sure.
I'm dealing with. So, but yeah. Just drop the shame and open your mouth and say something.
Yes, yes, I love that. Yeah, I do believe that we have to, listen to our self-talk. But, like you said, it's got to be the right self-talk. But where does that right self-talk come from, And I truly am a fan of believing that, that self-talk, that right self-talk or the good self-talk or righteous comes from, what's true
Right.
and what's lovely and what's just
Right.
and what's of a good, what's excellent, things that are positive, things that are uplifting. And the more you hear it, the more you say it. So it comes from your thoughts, right? It comes from what you hear, comes
Right.
from what you're reading, comes from what you're listening to, what you're watching on television.
Mhm.
So if you're watching something negative on television all the time,
That's
when
what.
you go to sleep at night, that's what you're going to be thinking about and dreaming about, those kind of things. But when you think about, I am amazing, I am fantastic, I can do all things through Christ, I am beautiful inside and out, not just the outside thing, but I am affluent, I'm influential, and I'm rich, I'm a millionaire, those kind of things. I
Yeah.
believe you start feeling it, and when you start feeling that vibration on the inside of you, you get them goose pimples and stuff, you get excited, and then it becomes real to you on the inside. It may not all be manifesting on the outside, but it becomes so real inside
Right.
that you just start acting like, hey, I am influential.
Uh-huh.
I am rich. I
Yes.
do have
Yes.
multiple streams of income coming in, right? I do have passive income. One of my newest things is that, look, my passive income exceeds all of my expenses.
Come on.
Because I don't want to
Mhm.
be 60 and 70 and 80 and still working a job. And I
Thank
call
you.
that straight up just over broke. No shame in the game. Just that's what I call it. Because as soon as you start working, you stop earning,
Right.
right? So
Right.
you don't always be exchanging your dollars for your hours. And so I'm just so grateful that God is, I'm getting to the point where I really believe I can do anything. Like
Yes.
I used to say I'm unlimited, and that's another positive thing. We can say I am unlimited,
Yes.
what I can do in my abilities and even in my collaborations, all of that stuff. But you know what? Then I started feeling that thing. I started listening to it over and over.
It's in
And
you.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
right. So I'm like, okay, so this thing it's a part of me, right? It's part
Uh-huh.
of my I'm part of this abundance mindset. So it's not just a mindset, it's part of like who I am. And so
Exactly.
I always say stuff like, hey, I'm one with abundance. I am
Yeah.
one with love. Like being
That's
love, we
it.
right. And so on the days that I started messing up and then I people started getting under my flesh and my nerves or whatever, guys like, well, you shouldn't be feeling that because you dead to yourself, right? And
Uh,
so then, okay, so then I'm getting checked and I'm just like, that's right. That's right. I'm above all of this, right?
Uh-huh.
So you have to check your heart and start thinking, you
Yeah.
know what? You gotta love is forgiving.
Yes.
Love is kind, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
then when you say, shoot, love is forgiving, how many times you gotta forgive? Woo, okay, so
Well, we got
right?
to do it. We got to do it.
Exactly, right, exactly. Yeah. So that I know all of that is just part of it. But
Yes.
tell us, I love how you said that you started writing songs. So
Yes.
what is one of your first songs that you wrote?
Oh my God. Lord, I've been writing for so long. What was the very first one?
So it's been that long.
I have one that I've written and I've recorded, and I didn't release it. I switched from the recording artist side to the writing to being an author. So, but the first one is called I'm Walking by Faith. And, it just speaks of I'm walking by faith, not by sight.
Ooh.
There were times where I couldn't see my way, but I didn't give up. I kept pressing toward the mark with worship in my heart. I will bless the Lord every day of my life. Why? Because of the Lamb who was slain. I gotta bless his holy name. So that was my very first one. And it just speaks so much to me. And because with especially with the MS, when it first started off, it started off with my sight and then my mobility. And that was my journey. My walk was truly a walk of faith. Every step that I would take was was totally the Holy Ghost, God carrying me and helping me to get, to where I needed to be. So it was a faith walk. And that song just, that's my baby. That's my baby. That's my baby. I may
That's powerful, powerful.
yes.
And usually those, I asked you about the first one because those first fruits are like that's ain't nothing like it. You know, everything else behind it is good, but
Yes.
it's just like that. It's something about the first, you
The first
know.
one. Yes.
Yes, I
Yes.
love that. So I won't ask you right now, but later on I will ask you to sing for us a little bit something, something.
I got you. I got you.
But I love the fact that you said you walk by faith. There's something so significant about that because when you have MS, a lot of times you can't walk at all. I mean, just and that's something that we take for granted a lot of days, right? I
Right.
remember
Right.
so many times getting out of the bed and my knees were
Yes.
doing their own thing, and
Uh,
my mind was saying, "No, how we gonna possess the land if my feet ain't hitting this
Right.
floor, right?" God
Yes.
said I could possess the land, right? Wherever my feet shall tread.
Yes.
So that is powerful. So that was a blessing to me that I haven't heard the song, but just you sharing what it's about is a
Yes.
blessing to me. So I
Yes, ma'am.
appreciate that. And
God.
I appreciate you having the courage and the faith to move forward and to
Yes.
share that with other people, right? To record that. And so I'm saying that to say if there's a song in your heart, and maybe you're not the one to sing, but maybe you're the songwriter.
Right.
Don't be scared, y'all, to
Don't be
send it to
scared.
somebody and say, hey, can you put this in a song for me? And don't worry about can I trust them or they gonna steal from me. You know what? When you walking right before God, can't nobody steal
Hello.
nothing from you. A
Hello.
lady taught me that when I first got married. I was sitting in church. She must have known I was kind of insecure, right? I didn't know her. She just turned around in the middle of church and
Mm-hmm.
she said, baby, look, don't worry about no woman ever trying to take your man from you because as long as you walk right with God, he can't. I was like, okay. And so I was really shy. I was like, okay, it was new to me. And so I just never worried about that,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
but how did you get to the part where you got to be an extra as an actress?
I was connected with a young man, and his dad actually asked me to come down to New Orleans and audition for this movie, and I was like, okay, I'm coming. So, girl, I was there. We went in. I forgot it was at some church. Can't remember the name of the church. And I was sitting there, and I was like, okay, I wonder what all of this about. A movie, and they weren't telling us who the actual the main characters were or anything. So lo and behold, we're sitting there, and then they come out and they talk to us, and they say, well, that's, do you know Taraji P. Henson, and you know Brad Pitt? And I was like, no, I don't know them. I've heard of them. So they were actually the ones, and the name of the movie was The Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
I'm gonna go watch that, right?
And actually, I was the nurse for Brad Pitt in the tent revival scene. So I'm
And what? And which one?
in the tent revival scene,
Okay, okay.
and I'm the nurse. And they had us dressed. My husband would say, "Ooh, why they had y'all dressed like that?" You got to remember, this was back in the day. He traveled in time, so yeah, had the little nurse's hat on, and they did something to my hair and something to the makeup. I was like, well, I'm just here, just doing the job. But I was so excited, and oh my God, they are so genuine. Taraji, Brad Pitt, they're genuine.
I tell you what, I watched one of her movies the other day. I said, boy, that's my girl. I, I love her all the way. Like I love her whole story and everything about her.
Yeah, yeah.
Just her real life story and all that. And I love how she does her acting, and it's just phenomenal to me.
Yeah, because you know what I discovered, you just never know what people are faced with and what people are going through. And like you said, when I saw her and she shared her journey and some of the things that she would, I was like, wow, you really, it's a real life thing that that people are dealing with.
Yeah.
And we have to just be mindful of what we say in the conversations that we have with people, because you just don't know. I work in transit, and I deal with people all day long from all walks of life, and some of are homeless. Some have homes, and you just never know. So I try to show kindness all the way across the board, no matter what.
So let me ask you: is this how the book "Please Be Careful What You Say" came about?
Actually, Please Be Careful came about. I had some things that were spoken to me that were sort of out of order, I thought, and it just crushed me. And from that point on, that's when I started, writing. I said, I got to write it. I got to get it out. So that was my way of getting it out, writing it out, putting it on paper, putting a pen to the paper. And I admonish anyone, and just start journaling and writing your thoughts down on paper, because you never know. It may become an ebook, it may become a full book. You just don't know. It may be a workshop that you can come up with, that will help and add and bring value to someone else. But if you never take the time to do it, I pass by graveyards all the time, and even when my pastor, I always remember what he tells me. I'm a member of Ever Increasing Life Ministries of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, with Pastor David Cowan and Linda Cowan, and he always say the graveyard holds so many dreams and visions of people that never put it into action. So, always write it down. Whatever your vision is, whatever your dream may be, don't just take it for granted, because I promise you, if you write that vision and make it plain, put it on paper so you can see it, and maybe someone else will see it as well, and they will help you. Dr. Tracy is helping me this morning. And, and I pray that I'm bringing value to her as well. I'm talking to the audience. I pray that I'm bringing value to her as well in her journey and what she's enduring. I think it's just simply marvelous. I love it. I love it. And, put it on paper, write it down. If you don't know how to get started, if you desire to write a book, Dr. Tracy, she's a writer. If you don't know how to do it, hey, you reach out to us. We can give you some pointers. We don't know everything. We're not confessing to know everything, right, Dr. Tracy?
That's right. That's true.
But we do know, something. So let us pour into you. But you got to reach out and tell us first.
Sure. Yes. I love how you put that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I like how you always say, you guys have heard this a couple of times. If you haven't, then I'm gonna say it one more time. If you have a vision
Mhm.
to do whatever it is, anything, and if you can speak, if you got words, even if your words are in sign language, I don't
Yeah.
know sign language, but
I wish I
I know some things. So yeah,
did.
think right. So there is a way, and there are so many people that need to hear your story, that
Right.
need to hear the message behind your story. And it is so powerful and so important that we share that.
Yeah.
I heard Les Brown say the same thing about passing by the graves. He said, where the most songs and books are and the best ones, they're in the grave. And a
Sure.
lot of times it's because people do have that shame that you were talking about from the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and so I definitely believe if you've experienced any kind of trauma, especially any type of domestic violence or sexual trafficking or anything like that, then you have some poetry in you. You have some story in you. And I know that it's hard to share that, but that's only if you keep saying that and you keep hearing that. Yeah, it's hard. It's not hard, it's a choice.
Yes.
So let's just try to replace that word hard with the word choice. It's a choice. I can choose that this can be hard for me. I can choose to be poor. I can choose to be broke. I can choose to be, but I can also choose to be rich.
Yes.
I
It's
can
a choice.
choose to be abundant. I can
Yeah.
choose
It's a
to
mindset.
have, yeah, it's all in our mindset. It's all in what we hear and our connections that we have with other people.
Yes.
Who we listening to, start I was listening to something this morning and it talked about it was a good reminder of the things that we do with our time. Because a
Mhm.
lot of times we'll say stuff like, I'm so busy doing this, I'm so busy doing that. But we all have the same amount of time in the day. We all got 24 hours in a day, right?
Right.
And
Right.
so it's really important that we take that time and we spend that time wisely. How much time? I want you to really think about this. How much time are you spending watching television? Because
Mm-hmm.
while you watching them, they making money.
Hello.
Okay. So how much money are you making when you're watching television? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When you listen to your favorite song and it's so good, and I know it's good, but is that song being productive for you? Is it helping you to meditate and think about the words that you should be hearing so that you can get to your next level or your next place or meet your destiny? Those kind of things. If it's not, then you got to change what you're listening to.
Exactly.
Okay, so shameless plug right here, right? I just came out with this low content book where it has 60 days of positive quotes every single day. It's a quote in there. It's really cute. It's got these cute little decorations on it. So then it's a journal. So then you can write what are your thoughts about that particular quote, or what's the quote that you're gonna make out of that? How can you make a new quote? What's something that you can say or affirmation that
Yeah.
you can say every single day and put your name on it so that when you leave this earth, there's a legacy that you were here. There's somebody to say, you know what, there was a Dr. Tracy here. And I
Uh-huh.
know this person that was kin to her. Well, okay, so I don't have any grandkids yet, but maybe I will one day. But there was somebody that was kin to her that, they knew her. She was this kind of person or that kind of person. So I love the idea of living like, either it's your last day or living like, what do you want to say? What do you want people to say, at your funeral? Or whatever it is that you have, or what do you want people to say when you're gone? How do you want them to be thinking about you? So I try to live my life like that every day. You know what? And actually, my husband, so two things I work for. I work to vacation. I work to live that lifestyle where I can vacation anytime I want to without asking somebody, can I go on 2 weeks of vacation? I digress. Then I also work to, I want to be able to leave something for another generation that they can grasp a hold to and say, I can do it if she can do it.
Yes.
Somebody's going to hear your story and say, shoot, I've been diagnosed with that too. Now, if she can do it, I can do it. Then she went on, she was in a movie,
Mm-hmm.
and so who knows what's next on the scene for Miss Wynn right here. You
Yeah.
never know what God has in store. If you keep that positive mental attitude and
Yes.
you start feeling that thing. And the other thing she brought up was that gratefulness. When you get to being grateful for something, anything, which is another thing you can do in this journal, right?
Yes.
So if you just go to my Facebook page, Tracy Williams CEO, you should see it up there in the Facebook store. It's really beautiful cover. And I got another one coming out that's a prayer journal. That's going to be really great too. And these are excellently priced, like $6.99 or $7.99, something like that. So you guys can afford them. If you know somebody who does not have a habit of thinking positively or saying something positive, or they need to get on track. Because once we start getting on track for 30 days straight, 60 days straight, you might forget one day you were too tired. So you come in the next day and you start putting that stuff down again. Somebody is watching. Angels are watching. God is watching. And those things that you're putting down are going to come to pass. I'm telling you. This
Wow.
is what I'm living. This is what I know is true, right? It's going to come to pass. And
Yes.
so, anyway, I just had to put that out there. It's so important that we say the right things and start. You know what? Become a wordsmith. That's my word for you today. Become a wordsmith. Learn some new words on purpose. Somehow I get these emails every day about a new word. And so I just look at the new words. And if I like them, I keep them.
Wow.
I try to remember what they say. I try to quiz myself with them. If you got Alexa, Alexa can help you with that. Alexa helps you with anything. I'm surprised since I said Alexa, she hasn't lit up. But so I got to quit saying that word. But anyway, so I know we're almost out of time, but tell me, how did you get to the recording part? Where after you made your song, you had the faith to put it out there and really record it.
Yes, ma'am. I am a praise and worship leader, and I first of all, I love God, and He is truly amazing because there is so much that there is so much that we can say about Him. And I just began to write. Came in contact, connected with some people, and I put the pen to the paper. They knew how to play the instruments because I don't know how to play the first tune. I can't read no music, cannot read music, but I can carry a note, right? So I just began to do that. And like I said, with my first song, it was so dear to me with the MS, because I've come from, and in the very beginning, if I could, I know our time is limited. When I first started out, I've come from a wheelchair to a walker, to a cane, to moving on my own. And, in that first stage, oh my God, it was just so much shame and discouragement because I didn't want any, nobody really knew, what was going on. But yeah, I had that. I had to do those things. And when I began to maneuver on my own, get with the cane and okay, I can do this, Lord. I'm walking by faith. And that song just, hey, that was it right there. I wrote it down, I hummed the tune for them, and they put the music to it. And it was, how they say, it was on and popping from there. I'm walking by faith and not by sight. Oh, I'm walking by faith and not by sight. It's been a long time. You tried to keep me down, but God raised me up, set my feet on solid ground. Now I'm on my way to that promised land. I'm pressing toward the mark with worship in my heart. I'm walking by faith. And I'm stopping right there.
That's awesome. I love it. I hope that encouraged somebody.
Yes.
Yes, and that's definitely what we got to do. We
So
got to walk by faith. Sometimes I know people feel so traumatized that they just feel stuck, like they can't move, like it's not going to matter what I do or what I say or what I listen to, and I'm talking about people that maybe truly have that depression, that deep depression, that diagnosis type of depression, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Sometimes it's okay to have faith for them.
Yes.
I remember when I didn't have faith to leave this country, and my friend was like, but I need you to be on our team. I need a team of people that's going to be out here and teach the word. Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, I'm going to teach it anywhere, but I just ain't leaving the United States. And she said, Trace, I got to I just don't have faith for you, babe, because you just don't know what God has in store for you. But the minute you say yes, so I just want somebody to hear that. The
Yes.
minute you say yes, this is what I choose, right?
That's good.
Over and beyond is hard,
That's good.
or I don't know, or the negative things that people have said about you or said to you.
Right.
Just remember that God is for you. And if God is for you, He is more than the
Yeah.
world against you.
Ah, you better
If
say
God is
it.
for you, and He is, then you have nothing to fear. In fact, really, fear should be fearing you,
Yes.
right? And so that's why
Yes.
it's important to start speaking about words that have anything to do with abundance,
Yes.
anything to do with love, and deciding, hey, I want to come in alignment with abundance. I want to come in alignment with
Yes.
love. You
Yes.
know, I want to let people know that, you know what, the things that I have are unlimited and that my abilities are unlimited.
Mm-hmm.
And
I,
your abilities are not based on, if you have an education. So, being able to say, well, I'm not enough or I don't have enough. That's a choice too. You can
yes.
choose not to say that.
Yes.
You got to choose some different words so
Come
you
on.
can have a different outcome.
Come
And,
on. Come
and I
on.
know they sound like words, they just words, because somebody used to, they just words. No,
Mm.
the power of life and death is
It's
in your
your
tongue.
tongue.
So
It's
you got power. So anytime somebody makes you feel bad or feel ashamed, know
mhm.
that you took your power and you gave it to them.
Right. 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 Right.
And
And it's
that might hurt somebody's feelings. Don't send me no bad messages. I'm just telling you the truth, right? All you got to do is take your power back, make a choice and say, I'm taking my power back. I ain't feeling bad over what they said.
yeah.
I'm going to reverse everything that they said.
Exactly.
So we can speak
Change.
curses or we can speak blessings. So if
Change.
they speak a curse over you, you can speak a blessing over them,
Right. 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 Change it.
right?
Change the narrative. I always say, Dr. Tracy, and it's in the book as well. Start tasting your words before you serve them to someone else.
Mm.
Chew on it a little while longer before you release it out of your mouth. And be careful when you spit it out, where it lands, because you want to be careful that you don't backtrack and you step in it and it gets stuck up under your foot. So be mindful. That next person that you're having a conversation with, they're human just like you. So don't release the poison and spit out the words that shouldn't be released. Think of them as, hey, they're just like I am. And if I say this could damage them for years to come. So I'm going to be mindful. I'm going to be careful. I'm going to taste those words before I serve them to Dr. Tracy.
Ooh, that's good. Wow, I love how you said that. It could be poison that you serving. Wow. Oh my goodness. Mm. Okay, that is who I'm gonna have to use. I'm feeling that one, right? I'll give you credit. I'm saying this came straight from straight
Yes,
from the
ma'am.
book. I was
Yes,
like, you gotta get the book. You gotta have to get to the book
yes,
and be careful what you say. Be
yes.
careful how you think about people and be careful not to be judgmental because there's a law of cause and effect, right? Of
Yes.
giving and receiving. So if you're giving out love, love
Mhm.
will come back to you. And
Right.
maybe it may not always come back when you want it or who you want it to come from, but it
But it's,
will come back.
mm-hmm.
And if you're giving out hate and jealousy, that's
Oh,
coming back too.
wow. and,
Yeah.
can you handle it when it comes back to you?
Mm.
Think about it.
Well, okay, I can only handle love, y'all. So if y'all send me some love notes, I'm good with that.
Me too. That me
I'm
too.
good.
Give it love.
Yes, well, I appreciate you being here with us today. Seriously, I know it's a Saturday morning. You taking out your time, and I pray this was really a blessing to people that really need this. If you guys know someone who's having a hard time, especially in type of domestic violence situation or any kind of trauma, people that maybe you think or suspect are in some kind of trafficking situation, please
Yeah.
be sharing this with them. If you can share the video with them, then just share with them the things or some of the nuggets that we were giving out here today.
Right. Right.
And definitely, if you're thinking about writing a book and or just need some encouragement, then you can send us a DM. We'll be happy to help you guys, assist you guys in any way.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, but I just met Miss Wynn a couple of weeks ago. I don't
Yeah.
know, maybe a month ago, right? But I
Right.
reached out to her and I said, "Hey, I need some help with this. What's your opinion?" You know, and she was happy to give me her opinion. So I was like, "Okay, great." I'm like, actually, first I was like, "Dang, that's the same thing my husband said." You know, so sometimes you're looking for what you're looking for, but you got to be ready to accept, what is it that somebody, else is looking for at the same time, right? Because we want to be effective with other people as well. So thank you guys so much for joining us. And we will be sure in my first couple of leaders there that got on the scene, because I believe leaders are readers,
Yeah.
right? And, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but Saturday mornings have become more like a place for authors and creatives, right? So
Uh-huh.
every time, and I didn't even really check out the fact that you were extra, right, in a movie. So I've
Right.
had art. This is like 3 times I've had somebody, either they're an actress or an extra or something like that. So this is awesome, you guys. You never know where writing may take you. I
Yeah.
know the first place it's going to take you is to a place of healing. So
Yeah.
I just put up a post a few days ago. The words that we say, the things that come on, they can either heal us or they can kill us.
Ooh,
And so
wow.
we always want to be mindful, like, what are we doing today? And I'm always mindful of that. Well, especially here the last couple of years or so, of getting checked when my thoughts are wrong, right? I don't even get a chance for the words to pop out. I
Uh-huh.
just get checked
Uh-huh.
first.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So be real with yourself and just say, hey, if you're getting checked, you're getting checked. So tell us a little bit about what they can win today, and so we can know.
Yes, ma'am. First of all, well, we have our first 2 winners already, right?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So they're going to get a copy of Please Be Careful What You Say. I need them to probably send to you their address, the shipping information as well, so that they can be in the look. They can be in the click in the crew in the queue with that. And then I have a self-care package, and it's called the 12 Days of Faith. And every day they'll have something for self-care. It could be a lip gloss, it could be a moisturizer for the skin, a sunscreen. Every day there's something different that they'll be able to take advantage of that kind of help them, give them that little to help
Yep.
them. So I'm just excited for that as well. Do I have it? I think I have it. Hold on.
No
Let,
problem.
let me let them see it right quick before we log out.
Okay, sounds good. So Miss Jessica, Michaela McClendon, and then we have Miss Grace Shrine that has won our prize today. And so this is a couple of things. You got one on my screen, the Please Be Careful What You Say.
Right.
That book is not out yet, but it should be in a couple of 3 or 4 months. If you've ever published a book before, you never know exactly when it's going to come out, but you always, and then the next one is from Mary Kay Products, where you can get 12 days, right, of pampering pretty much. And
Yeah.
so you
Yeah.
guys, please DM me and let me know which one that you would like, and
Yes.
we will make sure and get that to you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome.
Absolutely. And I'm just happy. First of all, let me say, and I think I said it earlier, but I am truly grateful, Dr. Tracy. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank
It's
you.
awesome, awesome privilege to be able to share and talk. I'm a talker. I like to talk. So yes, this is a
That's
privilege.
probably why we get along so good. I
Yeah,
love
yeah. When you look, you bounce off of each other. So because I don't know everything, you don't know everything, but when you connect those things that I don't know, guess what? Dr. Tracy may know it, and iron sharpens iron, so we sharpen each other. So I thank you, and I thank God for each and every audience viewer out there. I pray God's blessings upon them, blessings, blessings upon blessings, and that nothing but good shall come to them every day of their lives.
Amen. Hey, that's a good affirmation for you guys to say or to give to somebody else if they don't have it already. There's something good will happen every single day of my life.
Yes.
Yes, that's awesome. Now, one more question. This is the last one. What's going to be next on the horizon? Because we see that elevation, the ladder, the climbing of the stairs there.
Right, right, right. And actually, this is going to be, and there'll be, and I'll share it with you too when it brings it all together. But I'm going to begin doing workshops, and it's going to be dealing with the individuals what they're dealing with. Some people don't do well in group settings, so they need that one-on-one coaching. So it's going to be a mindset coaching endeavor. And I just want to dig in and get into the individual, because like I stated earlier, I didn't have anyone to do that with me. And now that God has graced me with the awesome privilege and the knowledge and the connections with the people to be able to do that, hey, I'm ready. I am so ready. I've come in contact with so many people across these last few weeks that really they need it. And I've started early with two of them already. I was like, okay, God, I don't want to move ahead of you, but I can't leave my sisters on the wayside like this. So yes, so I will be doing workshops. Information will be coming forth real soon, and there will be ebooks and workbooks and so on and so forth. And I'm gonna link up with Dr. Tracy, and we're gonna come up with some things, because some God is doing something.
Amen. Amen. Well, you guys, thank you again for joining us. Check her out at Win. Okay, bookstowin.com. Yes. Make sure that two in the two is in the middle is a number. It's also in the comments. Check her out today. She has a couple other books up there, and so I think you guys are gonna just love this lady like I love her, right? And thank you. I just feel like she's like family, right? So this is awesome connections. It's great making connections with each other.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, go and do everything that God bless you to do and put on your heart. Write that vision, make it plain. Grace, make sure that you send me your information. And Jessica, I got your information out anyway already, so I got you. Yeah, just let me know which one you guys want, and we'll take care of you. All right.
Yes.
Blessings to everybody.
Blessings.